Hello everyone, once again we have the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 and I wanted to review the battery life after having used this phone for exactly 2 weeks. So this is the battery. It's a 3100 milliamp hour lithium ion battery. Just for perspective, I just want to show you something amusing. This is the old iPhone 3G. So how big is the battery? About that big. Okay, it completely covers up the iPhone 3G screen. And yeah, once again, it's a 3100 milliamp hour battery. Samsung says that you could watch 16 hours of video, listen to 70 hours of audio, or talk continuously for 990 minutes, and then on standby on LTE, it'll be about 490 hours. Well, I wouldn't expect those times. Having used it, the lowest I've ever seen on this, device, from me personally, was 12 hours of just really heavy use. Like I was running benchmarks and brightness tests, and I was tethering, and it was actually the first day. So maybe the battery, it hadn't gone through that full cycle, but that was a worst case scenario, and I think 12 hours was pretty amazing that day. After that, I've gone somewhere around 18 hours on moderate to heavy usage days, and about 20 to 24 to 20, 28 hours on light usage days. Okay, and let's see. So charging. I want to talk about charging. How long does charging take? Well, if you did the worst case charging, right, which is putting the USB cable here and charging it through a USB port on your computer, that takes about 8.5 hours, right? And provided you don't really turn the phone on during the charge. The fastest charging would be if you were to turn off the phone and then you were to plug in the USB cable and then to your AC adapter, through the power jack on your wall. That would be that would give you a 100% charge in 2.5 hours. And one thing is, here I have an official Samsung charging case made by Samsung, right? The model number is EBH-1J9NVK. Just replace that K at the end with the A for America, E for Europe, and you could get the 2.5 hour charge through here. And when you buy this case, they actually give you a spare battery and I believe an external charger. So I think it is a good set. It's going to be about $50, and it should be available a couple of weeks after this device is released in your country. And it works as a stand as well, just in case you needed a stand. But it's not a dock. There's no connecting pins here. Okay. So let's see what else. Oh, another thing I want to point out is that you see the battery percentage meter is something that's available, has been available since ICS and of course Jelly Bean. That percentage meter actually starts off at 100 exactly when you power up the device with a full charge. So because the booting, is a pretty load heavy process, you could see it jump down to 99% probably within a few minutes after you boot the device. And that might throw you off because you're used to seeing about 30 minutes of 100% being there, because older Android or your previous Android probably had this thing built into the OS where it reported that when you had 80 to 100% of your battery, it just showed 100 there. Then after below the true 80%, it started taking off from the 100%. That was indicated there. And it might surprise you at first because you start seeing the 100 go down pretty much immediately after you turn off the phone. But I wouldn't get worried because the capacity and the battery life is pretty amazing on this device. Okay, and let's see. So one thing I want to discuss was that the battery really, it's not that it has 3 to 4 times capacity, but you get about 3 to 4 times of more battery life. And what I mean by that is, say like you had a older Galaxy phone, and you could probably burn out that battery with some intense 3D gaming within about 3.5 hours. The difference here is maybe that game would last 7 hours on here, but I don't think you could probably play that game for 7 hours on here. You could probably play it for 3.5 hours. So what happens, you still have about 50% battery life left, and that'll carry you over for the next 10 hours or so. So that is the impact of having double battery life, or double battery capacity. When you extend the battery capacity, you more than you know you more than proportionally extend the battery life. Okay, and one more thing that I've noticed is that because the capacity is really good, so you get that 15% low battery notification. And in the past, when I got that notification, I knew I probably had maybe an hour, at most 2 hours, to get myself home and put it on a charger. And I try to not touch my device. And because the capacity is good, that isn't the case. When you get that warning, you're good for a good couple of hours, maybe even 3 or 4 hours of light use. So you don't feel that like panic that you're going to lose your phone. Your phone is going to turn off when you're outside. So you could just use your device comfortably for a couple of hours, get yourself home, and then charge it. So that's all I want to say about the battery. So anyway, I have about 40 videos on the Galaxy Note 2 doing reviews like this. So please come to my channel and check those out. And I'll be creating video reviews on a daily basis on the Galaxy Note 2. So please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.